Now, Canada has shown you how it's done. And the Chinese people are, well, following suit. I know it sounds a bit complicated and a bit odd, but allow me to explain. You see, when you leave a scar, that scar is a constant reminder of the situation that put that scar there. And for Canada's obviously the 51st state. Yes, Donald Trump's the US president's promise to make Canada the 51st state. Yes, feckin' idiot. President Dum-Dum, if you like. All he's done is ostracised the good people of Canada. This is no laughing matter for them. They're very serious about this. And can you really blame them? Their neighbours threatened them with an invasion, effectively. Well, they don't want it. They don't want to be the 51st state, can't blame them. And this scar is not just in Canada. There's another scar in China. Yes, this scar in China regarding exporters, and manufacturers and what have you is deep. And it's still deep. Yes, they made a negotiation the other day and everything was marvellous, it was. According to Donald Trump, the US President Dum-Dum. Well, as far as the Chinese people's concerned, it's still pretty darn shit. Now, I'm reading here that Chinese firms are looking for alternative markets to the United States. Now, when you get the United States is so hyper-dependent on Chinese products, not just whether or not you, it's business-to-customer model, you're buying stuff from Temu and what have you in places like that. No, it's all the little components, all the electronics, the screens, all these stuff that end up in products that are actually made in the United States. And it's causing a lot of disruption regarding the manufacturers in the United States. They're having to stockpile Chinese products, and they're doing that before the tariffs go back up again. You see, China and the United States they're loggerheads again. For how long that lasts? 3 days? So, the key points are that Alliance Trade polls found that the 95% of the Chinese exports surveyed are... let me just unplug that. Get noise from the... There you go. Surveyed are planning on, if not already, doubling down on exporting to markets outside of the United States. Now, Chinese exporters in the coastal city of Ningbo are sticking with the plans to go global. Now, ostracising the United States and just, if they can make it work, they'll sell there. So whether or not the United States wants to pay the extra tariffs, there's still considerable tariffs. They're still paying around 30% more. And that goes on to the price of the US product. Hence, the US customer has to pay. So they buy less. So it always is. So Southeast Asia, Chinese companies show growing interests in setting up production in Indonesia. The intense trade war with the US has left lasting scars on Chinese exporters, with many looking to diversify away from the United States despite the temporary tariff reprieves. And it's not really reprieve, is it? They were paying, about 7% before? Well, you were paying about 7% before, I should say. And now Donald Trump has still got that 30% on top of it. And he makes it sound like it's some kind of win. How is it a win? Doesn't make any sense. So based on a poll of 4,600 exporters across several major economies, trade insurer Alliance Trade found that 95% of Chinese exporters surveyed are, moving on, away from the United States. And it gets deeper than that. You've got Huawei and what have you. We know there's always been a issue there. But the US and China are already fooding again after this unexpected, trade truce, so to speak. And, more regarding AI chips, what have you.